Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to sir question 34. Sir, the road proposal from Photjaud, Tynnai to Mawbidong in Mawbidong block has been proposed to be taken up under PMGSY 3. Sir.
Sir, I want to express my sincere thanks to Deputy Chief Minister in charge, Biludi, who had given this very short reply, but very meaningful one. Sir, I will do justice with the time allocated for me for 5 questions, which I will ask only 2 supplementary questions. But before doing that, as you have allowed others also to give statement, I want to give short statement.
Please.
So I want to express my sincere thanks once again to Deputy Chief Minister for considering those areas of 5 villages under consideration to keep the road through PMGSY. And before that, there are another 5 villages on the right side of this same, which Deputy Chief Minister has just last 2 months issued work order of 23 crores to enable those 5 villages on the right side to cut the road, even though the department is about to abandon this road. Now, my simple questions are to this very important road, because the road, it's not a blacktop one, it's a gravel road. So it can wash every raining season, it can wash the surface of the road, and it is not usable by the commuters to that area. So it is very, very crucial and very important. So I want to understand clearly from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister whether this proposal has been retained by the Ministry for consideration, sir.
Yes, sir. The proposal, as I've already replied, we have included in PMGSY 3, and the DPR and all the formalities has been also approved from the state level, and now it is lying with the Ministry of Rural Development for sanction.
Sir, thank you. Another last question, sir. I want to know if Honorable Deputy Chief Minister can give the estimated time when can we expect this work for the tender activities to happen, sir? When can we expect, approximately after how many months can we expect the tender to be called on this particular work?
Sir, once the sanction is accorded by the ministry, immediately department will float the tender, and even my personal wish would be if we can complete it, all the process within this year. I think that is that will be the happiest moment for the honourable member from Mawbidong. However, sir, all these issues depends on the sanction. Once the sanction is accorded, as I already replied, then from the department we will speed up the process of calling the tender.
Mr. Speaker, sir, as a supplementary to the reply to the question, I would like to know from the Honorable Deputy CM in charge PWD Works Roads, the parameters which are required to be considered for the identified roads to be eligible to be taken up under the World Bank funded PMGSY 3.
Yes, sir, there are few criteria where we need to at least meet while proposing for the necessary sanction from the Ministry of Rural Development. One of them, sir, number one, we need to make sure that those roads, which is maybe 60 to 70%, the blacktopping is no longer there. So that priority will be considered. Point number 2, the road which connects the institution like educational institution, then healthcare centers, that also is one of the criteria where the ministry will consider on priority basis.
Mr. Speaker, sir, yes, the access to market, access to schools and hospitals, they are part and parcel of the parameters which are required to be considered while prioritizing. But why I have asked this particular question is because the parameter that the roads which have already been blacktop to a certain extent, in terms of, I think they have put certain percentage. Now, as we are all aware of the scarce resources available with the government to take care of the roads, which will not be part and parcel of this particular category. Being in mind this particular problem, therefore, may I know from the Honorable Deputy CM whether, at least in terms of utilizing this fund, certain percentage may be given to the roads which are yet to qualify if we have to put this precondition. Because quite a number of roads, particularly in western part, including West Kasis and Garwins, quite a number of roads which will not qualify for this under the World Bank funded. So these roads have to wait. Therefore, may I get a response, a positive response from the government to see that while we utilize this fund which is being funded by World Bank, we also take care of those gaps which require to be attended by the government.
Yes, sir. For further clarification on this particular issue, which is very, very important for the state as a whole, sir. Sir, let me just again clarify that the guidelines of the PMGSY3 initially was very stringent. But CM and myself, we took up these issues with the concerned minister in the ministry level and also with the officers of the ministry, because the condition is such that the road length, which is below 5 kilometers, will not qualify. Below 5 kilometers will not qualify under the PMGSY 3. And then point number 2, as I've already replied, even the blacktopping, which is below 55-60%, again, it will not qualify. So ultimately, sir, what happened? I'm happy to inform the honourable members of this August House, the ministry has already relaxed the guidelines, and quite a number of projects which was already in the list of priority now are being included in the PMGSY 3. And also, sir, the target for the year, the current financial year 24-25, Government of India has already put the target for us that we need to complete it, to reach it to 1,250 kilometers of construction, including middling, blacktopping and all-weather roads in the state of Meghalaya.
You said two questions.
Yes, sir, but after in the course of reply of the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, he put that was stringent, which it really shocked me, and I'm scared that if by chance this road get disqualified, it is very important because why? People, they have threatened to agitate and to bring, a non-cooperation movement against the government if we don't get this road blacktop, sir. So that's why, sir, in case by any chance, if this road didn't get approval from the ministry, may I request the government of the day, through you, sir, that if the government will take this road, even under state fund, to do this road, sir, in case the ministry didn't approve of this particular road, which is very, very important, sir.
Sir, again, that I have already replied right from the initial stage of the question. The question of not getting sanction does not arise because it has been already included in the priority list and DPR stage has been completed, and now it's only the question to get the sanction. Because see, those priority lists which is not included means they are already outside the purview of the guidelines of the Ministry of Rural Development.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, Keeping in mind the whole conditions, the parameters, prerequisite for considering a road to be eligible to be taken up under this program, I would like to just suggest this nomenclaturing of the roads may be examined by the department so that that 5 kilometer length of the road can become shouldn't be a hurdle for getting the eligibility criteria, because you can always name the roads 3 kilometer this and 2 kilometer this, because roads in the past have been taken in piecemeal. Therefore, many of the roads are named, such and such place to such and such place, length 3 kilometer. But when you connect along with the missing gap, you will be able to overcome this criteria in terms of length. So I would like to suggest that department may ask all the executive divisions to look at the possibility of renaming those names and thereby creating that, your number of roads which would be thereby eligible from the length perspective.
Mr. Speaker, sir, again, I would like to clarify on this issue. In fact, in PMJSY 2 and PMJSY 3, the criteria of saying that only 2 or 3 kilometers does not arise because we base it on the population of each village. Because PMJSY, the spirit of PMJSY is to provide connectivity to each and every village which is yet to connect. So, as per the criteria, maximum is only 250 population. They are eligible to be included in this scheme. So, sir, as per the PMJSY 2 and PMJSY 3, again the government of India has lifted the stringent clauses where they mention about population, or where they mention, as I've already replied, about the length, the road length, which is below 5 kilometers. Initially they don't agree, they don't allow, but now they have already lifted those stringent guidelines, and now we are free. And then the PLUD, state PLUD, is on the job to make sure that all those village roads and also those roads which was separated maybe within 3 kilometers or 2 kilometers be also included in the entire stretch of that. And this will also help the the villages as well as those areas which does not have the connectivity, sir.
Thank you. So Mr. Speaker, sir, I just want to ask from the Honorable Deputy CM with regards to the number of roads which are there on the priority list, which are lying with the ministry for the final sanctioning of those roads. Because I also have good number of roads which are already there in the list, which are of very, very utmost important and which needs immediate attention. So understanding also that the tendering process also will be some time at the end of this year. So may I know at least a little bit clear how many number of roads which are there in the list, and whether those roads also like have the Sodadek road intro road where some of the stretches is not possible for motorable, especially this rainy season, and we have this Nongklau, Penrut, Nongkrem, we have this Maukhap, Umklai, and this Maukandang Warit side also, and Maulan Triang also we have. So the number of roads which are there in the priority list.
Sir, the number of roads is not readily available with me, but let me just explain for the information of the members of this August House. The first phase of PMJSY 3, we have submitted the estimate, the road length. The total road length is about 400 kilometers, and sanction also has been duly accorded, and now tendering process has been completed, and not only that, even the work has just started. Then again, the second phase, another 600 kilometers, DPR has been submitted, and the total comes to 1,000 kilometers of road, whereby the target is, as I already mentioned, it comes to 1,250 kilometers. So another 600 kilometers now sanctioned are being awaited from the Ministry of Rural Development, which I personally feel, and confidently I should say, that all these 600 kilometers of road, we will get the sanction in due course of time, sir.